Hi, my name is Lena and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about habits that you need to stop in order to be more productive at work. And I'm going to tell you at least 9 of them that may help you to stay on track during the day. As you know, my channel is all about how we make our lives easier and productive and just little hacks and tips to help us to become more productive, especially during these difficult times. So if that's your kind of thing, keep watching. As usual, timestamps are in the description below. So let's get started. So habit 1 is trying to do everything. So this is inspired by the Pareto principle, which is the 80-20 rule that says 20% of the efforts result in 80% of the outcomes. And this is what we can apply to our work and our studies. Sometimes you've got to do the bare minimum to get the most results. Sometimes those tasks that you spend the most time on don't produce those big results. So you have to be really strategic on what you spend your time in and what you value your time in. So there is a Russian proverb: if you try to chase 2 rabbits, you will not chase any rabbit. And this is how we have to apply this to our work and to our studying. So if you're trying to do all things at the same time, you're seriously not going to be able to finish any one of your tasks. So consider, even if it's one task you focus on, and I've said this in numerous other videos, even if it's one task you focus on that day, at least you know that that task will be done by the end of the day. And I usually am more successful when I focus on the least amount of tasks in a day than trying to do everything. The second one is replying to every email. Trying to reply to every email really just stops you dead in your tracks when it comes to trying to complete a task, trying to finish some work that you need to get done. Sometimes when you reply to emails in the morning, you do get sidetracked, like completely sidetracked, and by the time you know it, it's 12 o'clock. So it's best to just have structured times or set times in which you reply to emails. Additionally, do not reply to emails all day long. Try and be really strategic with how and when you spend your time replying to emails. So you might want to do it at 11 in the morning or like 2 in the afternoon, but just have a time when you'll dedicate to reply to your emails. So for me, I look at my emails maybe 3 times in a day: first thing in the morning for urgent items only, middle of the day around 11, and then at the end like 3 o'clock when I'm winding down. And I find that that's the best thing for me. But when I've got my email open, I am distracted by notifications that come in and they sidetrack me from doing those really valuable tasks that I'm meant to do for that day. 3 is ignoring important tasks. So for me, ignoring important tasks is like the worst thing that you can do, especially when it comes to like working on a project or working on something that you need to get done within a certain time frame. Do the most important tasks, focus on the most important tasks. I've said this in so many videos, but just start the hardest one, because the hardest one, the most important one, is going to yield you the most results. If you're focusing on non-menial little tasks here and there, it may make you feel more productive, but they're not going to bring you value. So it's always important to focus on the important tasks. So not focusing on important tasks is a big no-no. The 4th habit is looking for perfection. So I'm guilty of this. Sometimes when I have a task and I need to like get it approved by someone or senior manager or director, I often go through my work with a fine-tooth comb. I make sure it's perfect. I make sure there's no spelling mistakes. And of course, these are all things that we should do. But sometimes you can become so obsessed with trying to get the perfect product, the perfect result, that it does actually prevent you from moving forward with different other things that you need to get doing. And psychologically, you start to feel inadequate, that, oh, your work is not good enough, and it does things to your brain. So for example, with me, with this YouTube channel, I'm just putting out videos. Like, I'm trying to be more consistent. The quality may not be the best, the content may not even be the best, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into the habit of making videos. If I had to stop dead in my tracks to think, oh my god, it has to be perfect, I have to have the perfect editing, the perfect sound, the perfect music, everything, lighting, I won't get any videos out, and I know myself. So for me, even with this channel, I'm just putting out videos as much as I can, and I know that along the way I'll get better. So yeah, that's just an example of where you could apply that. that. 5 is not taking any breaks. So we're all guilty of this. Sometimes we can be in full flow, trying to get a task done, trying to get content done, work, study, and we forget to take breaks. Our brain is not designed to continue to work long hours in a day. It needs its rest. In fact, Deep Work, the book, I forgot who wrote the book, but in Deep Work, they said that the maximum you can do is 4 hours in a day. And then after that, your brain just trails off and wanders somewhere else. But it just shows that we can't actually get a lot done in the day anyway. So we might as well just take breaks and at least maximize our output every time we get back to our desk. A good technique is the Pomodoro method. I've actually put it in one of my other videos, but you can set a timer, 25 minutes, 50 minutes, 75 minutes, choose your evil, but you have to take a break after the time has elapsed. Number 6 is trying to people please, or in other words, trying to make everyone happy. Sometimes you can't please everyone at a time, and I know for myself there's certain things that I cannot commit to. There's certain things or projects that I can't get involved with at this moment of time because I might have other priorities, but I know that I have to prioritize what's important to me, what's important to my work, what's important to my studies, and sometimes it may cause tension or rifts with other people, and you're just going to have to deal with that. You can't make everyone happy, and that's what I've learned. Like, there's going to be people who don't like you no matter what you do. There's going to be people who don't like your work, who don't like the way you write, the way you look, and you just got to deal with it. That's just life. Instead of trying to please everyone all the time, just do what you need to do. 7 is not defining clear goals. So it's really important in the beginning of your day to set out what you want to do, what you want to achieve. I've said this in my previous video, but always try and think of like at least 1 to 3 things you want to achieve, no more than that in the day. It could be something simple like I want to get the first 500 words done of an essay, or it could be I want to get this milestone done by the end of the day. Just set out a goal that you want to achieve. I find it useful to only have one major goal that I want to achieve that day. There might be some other to-do lists. To-do lists are different than goals, but goals are like really measurable things that you can say and pat yourself on the back when you've achieved them. So I recommend having a goal before you start your day. 8 is focusing too much on the details. So it's really important that we don't focus too much on the details. For example, in the job that I do, I have to cover so many different departments and regions in terms of information and projects and cross-departmental collaborations, and I often don't know much about those specific areas and departments. I have to rely on the project sponsors or the project leads to be able to deal with the details, and I find it useful to just have an overarching high-level view of everything, like my key high-level top goals or objectives, than to have every single little detail, know everything. You can't know everything. There's a lot of things you have to rely on experts for or specialists for, and that's okay. If you focus too much on the details, it will hold you back. A similar example is if I'm doing a video, there's so many things that I could put in the video and so much research that can go into it. I'm just talking off the top of my head mainly. It's good to know about the details in a lot of like professions and jobs. So for example, in law, it's very good to be detailed, and in medicine and in doctor. But in terms of things like project, I don't know, creating something or doing a video or doing something that's like a hobby, just be careful about being obsessed with being perfect. Similar to one of the other points in the video, don't focus too much on the details because it will hold you back. 9 is not having fun. So in the day you should be doing things that bring you joy. So it could be eating a favorite food, or it could be watching something, a series, or listen to music. There are things that you can do in the day that you can sneakily throw in there, especially if you're remote working. Just make sure you enjoy yourself, not too much, but make sure you're enjoying yourself and make sure you're at least doing things, rewarding yourself. So thank you so much for watching my videos. If you like that video, you might like my other videos. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember to treat yourself to something nice. Bye.